Hello, this is a pre-algebra review assignment for Edpuzzle. I'm going to go through each question and give you hints, and you're going to have to select the answer and put it on the Edpuzzle assignment. So for number 1, the first question says, which graph represents a linear function? Well, a line we know is a straight line connecting 2 points. On this, there are quadratics, absolute value, and obviously one line. Looking at number 2, this one says factored. So when we're factoring, the factoring techniques that we're going to look at first, I'm just going to go over the side and put on a few notes. We look for GCF, greatest common factor, DOPS, difference of perfect squares, which is two perfect squares separated by a subtraction sign. Then we have trinomial, which can be broken down into guess and check, which is if the trinomial has an a value of 1. And then we also have by grouping. So looking at this, you want to see if there's anything in common. If there is, you'll do GCF. If not, you'll move on to the next part, which would be DOPS or trinomial. Next thing we have is a property. It says the statement 2 plus 0 is an example of which property of real numbers. Okay, so distributive, that usually has to do with parentheses and then either addition or subtraction. Additive inverse, which should be the opposite. Associative, which would be two terms where the order does not matter when it comes to addition or multiplication. And then the additive identity. The additive identity is what you can add to a number to get that identity. For number 4, so we're talking about the length of a hypotenuse. So that is the longest side of a right triangle. So what you're going to want to do is draw a triangle. And you're going to use the Pythagorean theorem, which is a squared plus b squared is equal to c squared. C will always be the hypotenuse, the side across in the right angle. That would be A, and that would be B. Number 5, an example of an algebraic expression. So the key word here is an expression. Expression would not have an equal sign or an inequality. The next part right here, so we're looking for the volume of a cube. So the volume, we're talking about a cube, which is a three-dimensional square. Volume is equal to length times width times height. You can also use, in this, edge cubed. Number 7, which value of y is the solution of the equation? So for this one, you're going to solve. So what you're going to do is you're going to distribute first and then solve for y. Make sure you check your answer. Number 8, we're subtracting this trinomial from this one. So this one you're going to want to write first. You're going to want to put them in parentheses because it's from that. So you're going to represent this one first. So you're going to have to distribute a negative sign to this one and then select your answer. Number 9, the greatest common factor of the following expression. So the greatest common factor is the biggest number and the smallest exponent that can be divided out. Now we're taking a look at proportions for this next one. It says, write a proportion that can be used to find the cost of 10 notebooks if 3 notebooks cost $1.98. So the first thing that you're going to do is you want to divide 198 divided by 3. And then you're going to use one of these proportions to figure out what the answer is. Number 11, what is the slope of a line that passes through those 2 points? So for this one, you are going to use the slope formula, which is y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. What is the vertex? So that's the equation for a quadratic, a parabola. The vertex is either the lowest point or the U shape, the highest point, the maximum. So you're going to find what that is. Looking at number 13, it says, what is the value of the third quartile? This is a box plot for review. How this works, you have a box plot. All right, so this would be your minimum value. This would be your maximum value. This would be your median. This would be your quartile 1. And this would be quartile 3. This represents 25% of the data, 25%, 25%, and 25%. So you're going to have to approximate the value for Q3. Just so we know, this is the number 9. So you're going to select your answer. Number 14, which equation represents a line parallel to the x-axis? So for parallel lines, the symbol is an 11 that's kind of tipped over. They have the same slope. So an m value equals the m value. So which one would be parallel to the x-axis? We know that our x-axis is here. So you're looking for a line that runs parallel. Number 15, an equation with a line that has a slope of 3 and a y-intercept of -2. So you're going to be looking at the basic equation of a line. Y is equal to mx plus b, where m is your slope and b is your y-intercept. So you're going to select the correct answer. This one says, what is the quotient? The quotient is division. So you will divide the coefficients, the 20 and the 5, and you'll subtract the exponents of the like variables. For number 17, it says Don placed a ladder against the side of a house as shown in the diagram below. Find the distance of x. So for this one, this is a right triangle. You are going to use the Pythagorean theorem again. And then select your answer. Make sure you round to the nearest tenth. For number 18, what is the solution? So you're going to solve for y once again. Number 19, you're going to write out an equation. It says 7 times a number is increased by 9 is 61 is represented by which equation? We know that times is multiplication, increased by would be addition. The is would be your equals. For the next one, this says, which number represents the mean? Well, we know, for a quick review on stats, mean is the average. Mode is the most. Range, you take the largest number and subtract the smallest. And the median is the middle. For number 21, we have product. So the product is you multiply. You multiply the coefficients, and then add the exponents of the like variables. For number 22, you're given an A is equal to 4 and D is equal to negative 5. You're just going to plug those in and use the order of operations. For number 23, the last question, you're going to distribute the 5 and the 2, and then you'll solve for x to get an answer. Make sure you select your answers on the Ed puzzle that will be assigned to you. Thank you.